Listen very carefully. I'm going to ask you one question and one question only. And I want you to be honest as you think about it. Wouldn't you like the idea of getting all the perks of something without having to work as hard? I mean, it's like winning the lottery, right? You just scratch one little ticket, then boom, you're a millionaire. All of your problems have disappeared. Now let's talk about Thor from the Avengers. Yes, I know it's quite random, but think about it. I mean, Chris Hemsworth, the guy who plays Thor in the movie, has always been in shape, nothing against him. But once this guy started playing Thor, man, his triceps just exploded. Some people say he was on that juice, to be in shape for the movie, I mean. And who wouldn't do that? I mean, I would also use the juice if I was told I would play this character and get paid millions. So yeah, in a way, he did take the shortcut and he took the easy way out, but it seems to be paying off. Right? With that being said, this brings me to the title of this video, why side chicks are better than your wife. Well, in my very complex mind, filled with aliens and all that quirky stuff, I realized that side chicks and escorts, ladies of the night, vampires, whatever you want to call them, well, these ladies are like get rich quick schemes, whereas your wife is like a 9-to-5 job. I mean, who wants to wake up every morning, every single day for the next 20 years of their life, only to go to a job that they don't really like, or something that they maybe studied for in school, only to realize later on that, man, this is some kind of slavery. It kills you to wake up for work every morning.
I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
But fast money, well, that's another story. It makes you feel alive. I mean, think about it. Your 9-to-5 job, first of all, you have to be perfect every day. I'm not just talking about the way you act, but the way you look. You can't just walk into work looking all raggedy, rough, and dirty. You need to make sure that you dress up, you shave if you're a guy, shave your legs if you're a lady, put on some makeup, make sure that you don't smell like your socks, make sure that you're smelling good because, it might irritate people around you and you might even lose your job. In fact, now I'm talking to people who are in sales and marketing. Heck, who cares? Whatever you do. Have you ever had a perfect day at work where you reached all of your goals and your targets and so forth, and then your boss bought you that proverbial pizza and everything is good? But guess what? The next day, you have to start from scratch. You start from zero. You have to be as good as you were the day before. Nobody's got time to linger in the past and be like, yeah, but he did this or but he did that. You know what I mean? So at work, you got to improve yourself every day. Otherwise, you start getting interventions and reminding ofs and so forth, and those pretty nice little emails that talk about as per our discussion or briefing and so forth. You know what I mean. But then with fast money, man, that's a whole nother ball game. Imagine these guys who are into things like NFTs, cryptos, forex, and whatever it may be. What happens is someone comes to you and just asks you to invest in something. Now it looks dodgy, it looks scammy, it looks shady, but you know what? What's the risk? You just put in a bit of money and the reward is you may become rich after that. And all you have to do is just basically close your eyes and wish that everything goes according to plan. I mean, it's a get rich quick scheme, so it's probably a scam. But the thoughts of instant fortune and shopping sprees will make you do it anyways. Yes, it's a bit risky, but the adrenaline gets you going, and secretly, you know that you like that feeling. Now, you may ask yourself, why would some people choose to invest in such dicey games or to play with their lives? It could be for one of 6 reasons. First of all, could be your brain, your hormones. Things like dopamine could get produced in your brains, it makes you feel good. And this could come as a result of altering your mind through things like alcohol, drugs, who knows, maybe even sex. The second reason could be your personality. Maybe you just like surprises and new stuff. You're the kind of person who gets bored quickly. Third reason is psychology. Basically, you get a false sense of accomplishment, aka you feel like the boss when you're doing things the way you want to do it. And then the fourth reason could be peer pressure or the environment. I'm talking about things like social media. And the fifth issue could be genetics. Sometimes maybe you were just born with that, wild cardness in you. I don't know if that's a word, but there you go. And then the last one could be the desire for control. You want to control your environment, So this is why people engage themselves in what our grandmothers would call risky behavior. So let's talk about a 9-to-5. your wife. Well, a 9 to 5, on the other hand, is a long, tedious, tiring thing that requires your constant attention for longer hours. And although you do get paid, but you get paid in increments, on the 15th of every month or on the 30th of every month, you have to wait. It doesn't come in a lump sum like money would come from something like a get-rich-quick scheme or the lottery. You could do excellent today, but tomorrow you start from scratch, like I said, and it's so annoying, and you have to deal with your annoying boss who is constantly asking you to improve yourself and be better, and the feedback sessions and the gentle reminders. No one wants to be told what to do, even if you're doing it wrong. And at work, they make you earn your money. The blood, sweat, and tears make you think twice about buying those knockoff Jordans that you saw the other day, or even eating out when you know you have rice at home. With quick money schemes, you just throw in a bunch of cash, cross your fingers, shut your eyes, and hope that everything works itself out while fantasizing about laying on the poolside, bare-chested, without any immediate worries. So in 2024, in this very Gary V toxic hustle, I wake up in the morning at 4 a.m. culture that we have these days, it says that a 9 to 5 sucks, it's boring, you should do your own business, get out there and become rich. But wait, do regular jobs really pay less? Even if you are lucky enough to get $100,000 from some shady coin or from a risky deal, all you have actually learned from that behavior is how to be more reckless. Think about it. You put in a bunch of money, close your eyes, and hope that more money will come out. And even if you do come out with the long end of the stick, all you have actually learned is how to be more reckless. Hence, gambling. Jobs, on the other hand, teach you discipline, how to work in teams, resilience, people management, controlling your emotions, time management. I know we all want to unalive our colleagues at times, but yes, jobs and workplaces teach you how to calm the F down. You learn things like communication and negotiation skills, amongst other things. Jobs force you to dress up, like I said, and become a whole human being and basically grow up. In the workplace, you can't just show up in your sneakers and do whatever you want. You can't just work on your bed in your shorts with last night's cold, stale pizza next to you. So who's actually paying who more over here? 9 to 5s teach you how to be a man, how to grow up. Where some of these get-rich-quick schemes just teach you how to be a child. Here's a quick scenario. Imagine you're lost in a desert. Maybe you're looking for SpongeBob. I don't know why SpongeBob would be in a desert, right? But say you're somewhere like in Arabia, Saudi Arabia or something like that, and it's like 50 degrees and the sun has got, a bone to pick with you. Now you come across person number one. A beautiful woman, you're like, wow. And she has two things. So in her right hand, she has a cold bottle of Fiji water. And in her left hand, she has a map. But as you want to tackle that water and drink it up, you realize that the wind has blown the map out of her hand. And then she tells you, no, it's okay. You know what? Just drink the water, quench your thirst first and everything else. Then you can go look for the map. That way you'll have more energy and blah, blah, blah. But then she goes on to tell you, but you know what? Even if you don't find that map, who cares? At least your thirst has been quenched and, you can walk around the desert for an extra day and maybe you'll find your way. But then say you come across lady number 2, who tells you, you know what, boy, you better put your act together. The same thing happens. The wind is blowing the map away, but there's still that cold bottle of Fiji water. She tells you, you know what, it's much wiser for you to run after that map and then come back. Because you have already been walking around the desert for 24 hours. You haven't died yet. So what more would it cost you to just look for that map for 2 or 3 more minutes and then come back and drink the water? So this way you have both the map and the water. So once you have drank the water, you can find your way out of the desert much quicker. Who would you say is the wiser person there? Who would you say cares more for you? Now, here's a third angle to this same story, just to throw a spanner in the works. What if you're lost in that same desert, but you're not as thirsty? So say lady number 1 comes back to you and is like, all right, here's the water, here's the map. But then the wind blows the map away. Would you just try to drink the water first or go after the map? Well, of course, you'll go after the map. Why? Because you're not thirsty at the moment. So your mind is clear. So now you're only thinking about your way out of this desert. What if we could eliminate the whole aspect of you being thirsty your vision would be much more clearer. So if you don't understand what I'm talking about, then I think it's your bedtime right now. I'm talking to adults over here. In other words, the lady who comes with the water and the map and tells you that you should drink the water first and you can go find the map later on and then find yourself out is basically preying on your weakness. And what is your weakness in this particular situation? You are very thirsty and you want to quench your thirst. But the second lady in the same scenario knows that you're thirsty, but she wants you to find your way out of the desert more than she wants you to quench your thirst at that particular moment. Think about it, boys. In conclusion, we go for easier things because we are weak. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves, We self-sabotage and we have low self-esteem. Or in other cases, we're just lazy. I mean, think about it. It's like eating instant noodles and not going out to the restaurant to eat fresh pasta or thick whole grains of rice. I mean, yes, granted, the noodles will kind of sort us out at that moment, but it could never compare to fresh Italiano pasta. And in fact, if you look at it, noodles do not provide any type of nutritional value. I mean, it only has saturated fats because most of them are fried even before they are packaged. They have artificial additives. So basically what you're tasting, that chicken, that beef, is not really chicken or beef. I mean, it is high in sodium as well. So noodles compared to fresh pasta is like comparing Night Owl to Batman. I mean, come on. So at the end of the day, everything does have a price. Where you choose to cut corners, you may pay with even more money and your health. Where you choose to skip hard work, you choose to skip your own confidence. You guys make up your mind. Well, for those of you who are thick in the skull, side chicks are not better than your wife.